Hi my friend. In today's video I want to share with you why it is so important that you choose your own way, not only for your own good, but for everyone's sake. It's the best for everyone if you make the choice to go your own way and that you make the choice to trust and love yourself. It's the best for everyone. And I know that many people feel stuck. And why do they feel stuck? I mean, if you feel stuck, you watching this video right now, if you feel stuck somehow and you think that you are not on the right path, listen to that intuition. Because I know there is something inside you that wants more. I know there is something inside you that keeps having a dream about something. And that you are here for a higher purpose somehow. And you have to listen to that. And if you don't, you're not going to end up very happy, I would say. Or cannot you cannot put out your full potential into the world if you don't start to listen to yourself and go your own way, despite of what others say. And there's so many people out there, because most of the people that live on this planet, they react to outer circumstances happening in their lives. They react to stuff happening to them. And they react in a way that they fall back into these patterns. Like as soon as they want to talk to someone, I can make an example for that, for myself. I was in the garden talking to my dad, and he asked me what I wanted to do in life later. It was like in the third gymnasium or something. It was 1 year to go, and I had the matura, and then I would be able to go to university to study, right? So he asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him, if I could do whatever I want to, I would love to just embody myself, and with my skills that I have, and back then I described my skills as I can very good convince people of something. And now I have actually learned that the best way to convince someone is just to embody yourself. Isn't that funny coincidence? And I wanted to make a change in the world. I wanted to make the world a better place just by embodying myself and just to share my worldview somehow. I wanted to change people. I wanted to make a change in a very positive way, so that the planet wouldn't die. So that was actually the end of it. So my dad answered me, so, no, what do you mean? Like a real job? You at least have to go to university, right? And he shot me down like that. And I'm not angry for that or something. Not at all. It's a total normal reaction, because most of our parents are in thinking in a very old fashioned way, I would say. Right now it's funny enough, as soon as I started to not trying to convince my parents that I'm on my way and they should just let me be, I just started to embody my energy, and now they are starting to support me. And they kind of felt like there's some truth about the way I behave and the way my energy is and the way I'm going my own way. So they start to overthink actually what they are doing in their lives. And I know that they do what they love. I know that. But it's how they live the life. That is something that has changed. They are way more nice. They listen more. They drop the role of parenting somehow, because I just told him, you know what? I am an adult now. You don't have to make decisions for me anymore. Don't do that. Just let me be. And I needed to do that step, and it was very, 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 very weird for me to do that, because I always wanted to make my parents proud. I wanted to do something that they wanted me to do. And that's so That's the case with so many people. You understand that? And I bet it's like the case with you as well. And you don't have to make your parents proud, because as I said, it's for everyone's sake. If you cut the shit now and just choose yourself and choose your own way. And even if it means that you first need to find it, give yourself time. Everything happens as it's supposed to be. Believe that. Take your time, figure it out, find your own way, and go your own way. Live it. And your life will be better than you have ever imagined that it could have ever been if you just followed the path of society. Because like most of the people that are in my environment, like same age and stuff, even older, or younger, they all follow, like not everybody, but most of them follow society. They go to university because everybody goes to university. They don't even question the things around them. They don't even question everything that is happening around them. They just do what everyone does. And it can't work like that, because life is evolution. I mean, think of that. All the humans that actually made an impact in the world, that helped us to evolve, like that made certain inventions that brought us to the point that we are now, they all thought in a different way. I mean, think of Nikolaus Klaus, for example. He was somebody that was like the first man to say, or not the first man to say, but he was sure that he was right, because he trusted his own intuition, and he got somehow proof that the earth is turning around the sun and it's not the other way. And the religion said, no, it's not like that. They wanted to kill him. They don't want him to spread his opinion, because in their eyes it was false. But because he stayed loyal to himself, and he just knew his inner intuition, or his knowledge was right, he embodied it. He didn't even try to convince somebody, because you cannot convince them, because they want to kill you if you say something. So he actually needed to lie in order to not be getting killed. So he said, like, you are right. But he just embodied himself. He kept on doing that. And that's where people started to change. Like everything else changed after. I don't know if he died first, but at least we are now at the point where we know we circle around the sun, and it's not the other way around. I don't know the whole history, but I just wanted to make like this example. And it's like always those people that thought in a different way that made an impact in the end. So I just want to encourage you to do the same, to live your own life, to go your own way, to make your own decisions, to trust your own intuition. And it's very, very hard, because we are all programmed to not do that. So we first need to overcome those patterns. We first need to release those patterns that we are made of somehow. Because in puberty, we are changing, and we first start to actually question things. And we think like, no, this is not right for me. Like in the beginning with the parents, I would just think it's normal like that. Then I came to puberty. I turned like 13, 14. And then I started to realize, oh, there's some stuff my parents do that I would not do with my children, because I think it's wrong. Or I would just do it differently. You start to think in that way, but there are still patterns so deep within yourself, like childhood trauma and stuff. It's a very big task, but somehow the most important task, because we need to master it. We need to overcome it. We need to overcome our childhood traumas. We need to break those patterns in order to get to know ourselves in a way, so that we can then choose our path. The path will show itself to us. Believe me, like life will bring to you what you want. If your intuition is right and you think this is my way, no, not you don't think it, you just know it. It's my way. Universe will bring it to you 100%. Because, you know, I wanted to understand the world a year ago. I wanted to understand the world so in order I can wake people up. Because I always knew there was a truth. And now I'm reading that book. It's very crazy. Um, and 1 year later, I made it like a task for my life to just know what's going on this planet, because there were so many lies. I just recognized, you know, the system tells me stuff that are not even true. They only tell me what they want me to know somehow. So I just wanted to figure out what the real truth is for me. And 1 year later, because I really wanted that in a good way, I wanted to achieve this kind of knowledge in order to help humanity, or in order just to help people, not to help humanity. It's like big words spitting right now, but just to help people to that may have been lost the same way I was. I just want people to feel the same way I do, because I feel very, very great. Um, and it was like with a very good intuition from deep down. And now, a year later, I was brought on the path a year ago to now 1 year later achieved like my task. And as I achieved that task, I just knew there was even more for me. So now I'm going to coach people someday, and I'm going to share my worldview, my knowledge, my source with the world. And I love to do that. And what I want to do is just like to encourage you, you know, because as soon as you start to find your own way, as soon as you start to find yourself, as soon as you start to reflect yourself, work with yourself, and get to know yourself and your way, your purpose, life will bring it to you in his, I would say, infinite intellectual way. And it might not be recognizable for you at first, because there will be people. You will run into people, and those people, it's not by coincidence that you run into those exact people. Like the universe wants you to make contact with those people, or certain events happening that the universe wants you to perceive of in order to get on the right track. Universe brings you onto the right track that you want to be on. But maybe you first need to take 2 steps back in order to jump 5 forward, you know? So you need to keep trusting that intuition. Keep trusting yourself, even though it seems like your whole life is falling apart. Maybe your whole life needs to fall apart for you in order to go your own way. You can understand, right? It makes sense. And just fall in love with that new journey. Because for me, it was like I had certain patterns and everything fell away. In a way, there are people that are still in my life that I knew for 4 years now, but not even longer. Like in secondary school, I've got like no people that I've now still contact from secondary school. There's like 1 or 2 guys that I keep contact with from gymnasium, and all the other people that I have contact to are like somehow from earlier stages in my life where I used to play basketball, but I see them very rarely. And people that I just got to know this year. It's crazy. As soon as I got out of school, I got to know so many people. I went on trips with people that I maybe knew 1 guy, and they were great. They had a different type of energy, and because I have changed, my energy now matched with those people. And it comes like in weird ways. A colleague of mine that I went to primary school with asked me if I joined the trip. And I only did that because 1 year before, like this trip was happening last October, and 1 year ago I also went on a trip. I got out of school and I got asked if I wanted to join a trip, and I only knew 1 person. So I needed to make that experience, and it was trash. Like not trash, but it could have been better. 1 year later, I got asked by this friend, and I thought, well, that must not be a coincidence. I wouldn't have gone there because I had like a bad experience about going with people that I don't even know. But I just knew like there was something for me waiting there. And then he asked me if I came to holiday. I went to this holiday, and it was like the best that I've ever had. And I got to know one guy um, from this friend group that I didn't know before. And something inside of me just tells me that he is in my life because there's something happening within me or within my life that needs his support somehow, or he can trigger some points within me that can make me change in a way to make me even more adaptable for my way to go, right? Because he is like a very, very, very open person, knows a lot of people, um, and influences me in a very, very good way. I don't see him that often, but when I see him, I just think it's a great thing to happen, you know. So trust your coincidences, trust those coincidences that happen in your life, and just know that everything that's happening around you is supposed to happen to you. You just have to perceive it in your way. And if you perceive it in your correct way, you will only know if it's correct for you, if you trust yourself. And if you can do that, if you can perceive it in your way, that's where you go your own way. And that's where you start to live your purpose. That's where you start to develop trust in life and not only yourself. And that is the greatest thing to happen. That is the absolute greatest thing. If you have trust in life in general, you're not going to have a bad day anymore. I cannot explain it else. Because I still have somehow bad days. Maybe I don't describe it like that, but there are still days where I'm angry with myself or something, but that's because I just need to work on myself even more because there are still stuff going on that I need to figure out, you know. But I already have like this developed trust in life in general, and that makes every day such a joyful experience in a way. And yeah, I hope I said everything that I wanted to say. And with that being said, I wish you a pleasant day. Live your life with joy and trust yourself and your intuition.